everybody, is here, and we are watching actually a clip of me driving, doing a little bit of driving through a couple places. This first set of clips is me driving up to a small town called Norma, which features a little clip I posted earlier where I spun out. And then after that is my trip up to Clingman's Dome, which is the highest point in Tennessee. A couple clips driving to and from there. So a couple nice drives. What I'm here to talk about, though, is UHC Season 11, which has come and gone. And if you've watched the entire season, to make a long story short, did not win. This was the second Race for the Dragon UHC, and just like the first one, did not win it. As a matter of fact, these two Dragon UHCs have been very similar to each other when you compare them both, Season 6 and Season 11, which I'll be making note of that throughout this little recap. But, yeah, so let's start from the top. We'll do a quick overview. I was on Green Team Best Team with Shastin, Joda, and Quiznom. Quiznom and I were on the same team for the first Dragon Race UHC. He was also on the same team as me in my first ever UHC back in Season 2, so that was pretty cool. So we got off to a pretty decent start, I think. We got underground pretty quickly. We found gold almost right away, and it took a little bit to get to it, but we were in the right place. We were in a good spot. And unfortunately, after like the first episode or two, things started going downhill for us. Luckily, better than everyone else. I did not die first this time. That went to Dennis Flux, and then Hollywood died shortly afterwards. Both of them died in the first episode, which was kind of unfortunate to see. And then in the third episode, we saw the entire blue team die in combat, which is pretty early. Another similarity to Season 6 was the fact that I outlasted an entire team plus one or two other people. As a matter of fact, plus one person that was not on my team and one person that was. Last time it was Diavolo and actually Fruitfly. This time it was Quiznom and Hollywood. Hollywood on the other team, Quiznom on mine. I believe it was Rad on the other team. That was the extra person, not counting the entire team that died before that. But anyways, so we got caving. We took a lot of damage through the caving times, me in particular. I believe that was also a similarity to Season 6. Another similar trope was the fact that I actually found and used a health potion. I killed a witch, got a health potion, and yeah, was able to use it. And so yeah, that was pretty cool. And overall, I think the season went pretty well. I noticed that the recording I'm doing is a little bit it's not going as fast as, well, the video that I'm trying to show you guys isn't going as quickly as my OBS is. My OBS is at coming up on 4 minutes, and the video is only a minute in, so, but I've marked where the good moment happens. So, yeah, it was a kind of an up and down season for me. I guess I would call it a floundering season, just like Season 6, where took a lot of damage, found a lot of health potions. I think that was the better point than the first dragon fight, is that, not health potions, but golden apples. We found a lot of gold, made a lot of golden apples, and we were able to keep ourselves at least in decent shape, but we used up a lot of materials just trying to get through the whole caving scene and trying to get out of that alive. I, in particular, used a lot of stuff, took a lot of damage, so it was not something I wanted to do, but unfortunately it had happened. As a matter of fact, there was one point where I took a very stupid series of tumbles. I saw an Enderman, and I didn't want to look at him, So I tried to back away and I fell, and in falling I kind of freaked out a bit and fell again, and took an entire heart damage after that. And the place that I fell, I actually landed right in front of lava, so if I kept backing up I would have touched the lava and died. So I was lucky that I didn't do that. One of the bittersweet moments was when we lost Quiznam to lava. I'm actually going to call that the Gillette Pro Glide smooth move of the UHC, because there's a decision made. There was a suggestion made, I believe, by Shawson, who suggested that we split up the diamonds and gold between myself and Quiznam, because we were going to get ready to go into the Nether. We were making a portal. We found some diamonds, and I decided to put it in a chest instead. And just a few minutes later, yep, Quiznam drops into lava and dies. So it was actually a good idea to not divvy up the gold and diamonds, because we would have lost some of that, at least half of it, in that event. Speaking of the portal, that's one thing that we did not do in season. The thing we did in season 6 that we didn't do this season was go into the Nether. We built the portal, and right at the end of episode 4, we had the portal built. We were pretty much ready to go. And then at the beginning of episode 5, we were like, you know what, let's go to the surface and go to 0-0. So we had it built, we had it ready. I had my flint and steel in hand. We were discussing who would go first, and then we decided to go to the surface instead, because we didn't even have enchants, and I think I was the only one with a bow. So yeah, we went to the surface, made our way to 0-0, in which we saw the red team in the distance, and there was another good move there where we decided not to go after them, because in retrospect, it turns out they were the only team to actually go into the Nether and find a fortress. And they ended up, I believe, finding it in episode 8, and we saw them in episode 6. So it was actually a good idea to not attack them, because even if we didn't come out on top, it could have changed the entirety of the game. And since no one else went for the Nether fortress, except for maybe the yellow team near the very end, there was a chance that nobody would have gone to the Nether, and nobody would have set off the end portal. So it would have been either a really long season or a kind of a botched season. But luckily we decided they were too strong, and we held back. I was a little bit, I kind of wanted to go after them, but I think cooler heads prevailed, and it was a better move to not engage at that point, because we did not have enchantments. So yeah, I definitely felt the pressure this season, wanting to get things moving along, because we were getting closer and closer towards episodes 8 through 10, and episodes 8 through 10 tend to be the where the end usually is. So I wanted to kind of move things along, because I felt like we were falling behind compared to everybody else. So yeah, I decided to I tried to get things moving. We kind of moved along a little bit more, and that was good. But we are coming up to the highlight moment of the video here, where I took the corner too fast and ended up spinning out here. Just going down the hill, and spun it right around. Luckily I didn't hit anything. Got myself recorrected, and all was good. So, all was good. But, kind of a scary moment a little bit. But yeah, so, continuing on, we got ourselves to 0-0. I don't know if we were the first ones there. I haven't watched anybody else's perspectives yet. But, we got there, saw that the portal was not active, and decided that it would be a good idea to move ourselves over to the to a spot a little ways away from 0-0, in which we would go back underground and look for more diamonds to get enchanting. And so that's what we did. We went underground. By episode 7, we got all our stuff, started enchanting. I made myself an enchanted diamond chest plate. Not really sure if there was a good or bad move at that point, because I guess in retrospect it wouldn't have mattered, but I think Shawson was the strongest of all of us, and if he had it, maybe he would have lasted a little longer or something. But went to the surface in episode 8, went back to 00 to see what was going on. Nothing happened, so we went back underground, and I think we even took a look around to see if we could find the red team again. But episode 9, we went back up to the surface, and we came across the yellow team, which consisted of Street Cred, Mary, Muckluck, and Sayello, and we got into combat with them. Interestingly enough, this is, I believe, like the 3rd or 4th time that I've been really close to the Mary Gamer and was not able to completely engage in combat with him. I took a few shots at the people on the other side and got 0 hits on anybody. I guess you could technically say that we both got into combat, but I don't know if he ever shot at me, and I can't really tell if I ever really shot at him. So, ultimately, we didn't even get any kills on each other because the purple team showed up. And at that time, it was only Lemons and Andy that was left. Hollywood had died in the first episode, and Ozboy, who made a return, died 4th or 5th episode, something like that. So it was only those 2 left, but they were actually geared up pretty well. They had better gear than we did, and they ended up like right between us and the yellow team. I think they might have shown up behind the yellow team because they claimed that they were in the middle at the time and that they backed off. And so purple team found us and went after us, or saw us first or whatever. Maybe they saw us second and realized that we were the weaker team, but yeah, they went after us, and we saw them down in front, so we started fighting them, and unfortunately we all ended up dying in that battle. I died first of the 3, and then Joda, and then Shawson. Shawson actually ended up dying to a wolf. I died to, I believe, Andy, and then London's killed Joda, so they each got a kill there. And then from there on, we spectated. Purple team went to fight the yellow team, but died. Red team went into the nether, got all the stuff they needed, came back out, set up the portal, went through, and then everybody on the red team died to the dragon except for Naxer, who with 1/2 of a heart decided to build away from the island and I guess wait it out. In the meantime, the yellow team came up and started trying their hand at the dragon. They all went like one at a time, which I thought was kind of weird. Like Sayello went through first and died almost immediately. He died first. Oh no, I think Mary died first, and then I think it was Sayello. It was one of those two. And then Muckluck and Street Cred came out next, and they went after Naxer. Muckluck eventually turned away and tried to go after the dragon, but ended up dying. Street Cred focused his attention on Naxer, and ultimately got the kill on him before trying to go after the dragon all by himself. And unfortunately, he ended up dying as well. So, in a separation from Season 6, the dragon ends up winning this season, which we had named it Super Flash in honor of Super Flash, who wanted to attend but unfortunately could not at the last moment. So we named the dragon after him in his honor, and hey, he won. So congratulations, Super Flash. As for Mary, the only way that he could have been closer to winning, being closer to winning without winning, would be if he died in Street Cred's place. But he was basically on the first place team in terms of surviving. But because the dragon was in play this season, he does not get a win in this one. However, according to the leaderboard, he does get first place points along with Street Cred, and Muckluck and Cielo, they get first place points as a team. Speaking of the leaderboard, I will kind of run down how the whole thing works. So you are scored now not just on how you finished by yourself as an individual, you also get scored on team finish, full episodes that you have survived, and then you also get points for kills. I chose 2 points per kill, and then there's also there were 3 bonuses in this one, which is Iron Man, Dragon Kill, and the Notch Apple. Since nobody could kill the dragon and there were no Notch Apples in play, the only bonus reward was Iron Man, which went to the Merry Gamer. He gets an extra 5 points for that. If anybody has suggestions for other bonus points, let me know, because those are the only 3 I have, and since we don't do dragon kills all the time, that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, solo finish, team finish, and episode survived are all judged the same way. You get 1 point per person you outlast, 1 point per team you outlast, and 1 point per full episode that you survive in. So for example, since Hollywood and Dennis Flux both died in episode 1, they get 0 points for episodes because they did not survive a full episode. Street Cred's team finished, outlasted all other teams, and so they get 5 points out of 5 teams because they were in first place. Street Cred Cookie gets first place points. He gets 20 out of 20 players that played. So yeah, he's got the first place points, and he also got 3 kills, so he gets an extra 6 points out of that. Cielo gets 2 points for his 1 kill. Lemons gets 2 points for his 1 kill, and Andy gets 2 points for his 1 kill. And like I said, the Merry Gamer got Iron Man, so he gets an extra 5 points for that. I myself get 8 points by myself, 2 points as a team, and 8 points for surviving 8 full episodes. So to take a look at the official leaderboard points, we have Street Cred in first with 42 points, Merry Gamer second with 37, Cielo has 35, Naxer and Muckluck both have 34. I put Naxer first because he outlasted Muckluck. Ace is in 6th place with 29, there's a bit of a gap there. Mika, aka Chris, with 28, Weathermaster with 27, Andy was 25, Lennons with 24, Shawson with 20, Joda with 19, myself with 18, Otsboy with 14, Quiznom with 11, Newsman Mixon with 8, Boofadine with 7, Canuck Bacon with 5, Hollywood with 5, and Dennis Flux with 2 points. Hollywood gets 5 points because his team survived a grand total of, what was it, 2 full episodes? So, let me see if I can, oh no, his team actually finished 3rd out of 5, so that's where his 3 points come from, and he died 2nd, so he gets 2 points as an individual, so that's how that works. So that's how he has so many more points than Dennis Flux does, who was on the team that died first and was the person who died first. So yeah, it was a good turnout. We got 20 people. Canuck Bacon has kept his appearance streak alive. He's 11 for 11 for UHCs. Boofdine came back after missing last season. Otsboy came back after missing quite a few seasons, as well as Quiznom, who made a triumphant return. I don't think there were any first-timers. Oh no, Newsman Mixon was probably the only debut. I guess Andy as well. I believe he is not the same person as Cousin Andy. So I believe it was Andy M-Laws and Newsman Mixon that had their debuts in this UHC. So, and Mary, picking up where he left off, he's really close to the lead, but Street Cred currently possesses the lead for that. So we're at 20 minutes. I need to kill 16 more. So I'm going to go through what I felt like I did well, what I felt like I needed to improve on. Things we did well. I think our team did really well as a group. We stayed together. You know, the caving scene, you always, I say caving scene, it's the caving phase. You always, like, split up and cover as much ground as possible, which is fine. And, we gathered a lot of gold. It took us a while to find diamonds, though, which is just luck of the cave. We took a lot of damage, too. But I think overall, as a team, we were good. We communicated well. We stuck together in battle, and we died as one, pretty much. So that was good. We're still best team in our hearts, I guess. Yeah, I think that's pretty much individually. What did I do well? The Gillette Pro Glide Smooth Move of the Night was a good one. I think kind of pushing everyone else to kind of move along a little bit as the episodes continued on. I think that was an alright idea, because I didn't want to dawdle too long. It could have ended at any point in time. And I think focusing on enchantments was a good idea. I think if we went to the Nether, we could have lost someone else, if not everybody else. So that was a good idea there. Things I could have improved on. One thing that I must note early on is shields. On the JSNO fan server, I don't use shields much anymore, because my gear is so good, what with mending and all. I don't really need to have a shield anymore, and it kind of gets in the way, so I've decided to leave it behind. I have it in my ender chest, but I don't really use it. In this case, it kind of led me to forget that I actually need to use that shield, so I kind of didn't for the most part. There was a lot of damage that I could have not taken, especially from skeletons, where if I had blocked, I could have saved myself a lot of damage and maybe would have had a golden apple or two in my inventory by the end of it. But yeah, I did not use it as much as I probably should have. I had to consciously tell myself, hey, you need to use that shield. As a matter of fact, when we fought the purple team, that was my problem, was I have the shield in my hand and I'm not using it. And by the time I decided to use it, was when Andy actually killed me. Right when I was hitting the right click button to bring up my shield. It was just a little bit too late there. So, and of course my bow skills have been lackluster yet again. Both in long range combat and closer range combat, I got 0 hits. So, and 0 kills. So that's not good. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to account for. I guess movement, arrow drop, I guess. I'm probably aiming a little too high, because I'm thinking about the arc of the arrow and how it's gonna drop or whatever. I should try to aim more directly at the player and work my way up, or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the main things I got to improve on. I remember in the past I used to worry about things like whether or not being too aggressive or too passive. It was a lot of issues about me being too passive, where I would come up on a situation where I could get into combat with someone and I'd decide not to. And there were a lot of times where I probably should have, and being passive actually ended up costing me. In Season 2, I just kind of ran around for a long time. I don't think I had a chance in Season 2, but it gave plenty of time for Firestar Sora to show up and kind of just destroy everybody. Season 5, I had a horse, and my problem was there, in terms of being too passive, was that I couldn't really figure out where everybody was, and I got kind of confused. I thought the Merry Gamer was still alive when he wasn't. So I thought it was like a 2-on-1 thing going on there. So I kind of held back, and I even got off my horse at one point, which wasn't the right thing to do. But yeah, I think that cost me, and of course I couldn't find all the stuff that was lying on the ground. And season 6, I didn't really have a. Oh yeah, there was one opportunity where we saw the green team early on, and somebody was off by himself, and it turned out to be Canuck, I believe, who was really low on health at the time. So I could have actually gone over and attacked him and killed him, maybe taken some of his gear. It turns out they had actually gone to the Nether by that time, and they were working on potions. So he could have had some potion stuff on him, and could have taken advantage of at least killing one person during that fight. But no, we backed off. We lost Fruit Fly in the process, and everybody had healed up during the time that we were waiting. We also lost Diavolo to Hollywood, who ran off on his own, which probably wasn't the best thing to do in that season. Season 7 is probably the most boneheaded thing I've ever done, was me and Mary fighting Park and Ellen Books, and I played too passively, and knocked Ellen Books down the mountain, and I bet if I had stuck around, I could have gotten 1 or 2 quick arrow shots in and killed him, and then it would have been probably a 50-50 thing between me and Park, but I could have gotten a kill. But instead, I knocked him down the mountain and ran away, which ultimately led to my death because they, just followed right behind me. After that, pretty much after Season 7, I think I played quite well, not counting Season 10, of course, but in terms of aggression and dying in combat and whatnot, Seasons 8 and 9, and as well as this season, well, Seasons 8 and 9, when we had opportunities to get in combat, we just went right for it. I also think we didn't really have a decision, or a choice to make at the time as well. So it's kind of, I think I did it well in those seasons, even if I didn't come out on top. My aggression levels were a lot better in those seasons. In this one, I think for once, playing passively in the one chance facing the red team, playing passively actually was an advantage, because it was the red team, I guess, is a retrospect thing, hindsight kind of thing, because they had not found the Nether Fortress by then. So if we had attacked them in a miracle kind of way, we could have killed them, and then nobody would have gone to the Nether to get the fortress, and so it would have been a problem. On the other hand, they could have killed us, maybe gotten some better gear, maybe lost a guy or two in the process. Their health just could have been lower, and they could have died in the Nether, and then there would have been a problem. So that actually benefited the entire game, not just us. And as a matter of fact, when we went back underground, we ended up finding our diamonds and started enchanting. So if we got into combat that early, we would have died without a chance, and we wouldn't have been able to gear up just to die to a different team. So I think that definitely allowed us to live longer. I don't know if it was, I think it was pretty beneficial. We survived longer, and we got ourselves geared up better as a result. So yeah, that's Season 11 in the books. I am like 6 minutes short at this point in time, 6-7 minutes short. I don't really have much else to say, other than the fact that this season went way better than Season 10. The world was fully pre-generated and did not lag at all. The only lag I had was with myself, and of course the world rendering issues, which was a problem. I think that caused some of the fall damage, though most of it was probably to my own stupidity. Another floundering kind of episode or season. I don't think I fell victim to the UHC pregame show curse. I think Mixon definitely did. I think I jinxed him with that. But I actually had a better season than last season, obviously. and even though I kind of floundered throughout, I guess I could count that as a curse, because it wasn't a fantastic season, but it wasn't horrible. I guess when you have such a bad season as Season 10 was, a lackluster season is still better than Season 10, so as compared to Seasons 5 to 6, where I had arguably my best season, and then going into Season 6, just kind of floundering myself to a single-shot death, I should say. That was a bad contrast, where this one was a lot better of a contrast. So yeah, next season will be probably a very standard season. You know, last season was supposed to be special with the pick your teams. This season was the dragon fight, so next season we're probably just going to do a regular vanilla UHC. It should happen around January if we're going to do it every 3 months. Maybe we'll do it in the next update if it happens by then. Otherwise, it shouldn't be any different. So, it should be a nice standard UHC, just as intense as usual. And, yeah, I'm just kind of stalling for time now. Let's see. We have 5 minutes to kill. What else do we say? UHC is fun. It's my favorite thing about Minecraft. Even if I don't win, it's always a lot of fun. It's fun to team up with people and kind of mesh with everybody's personalities. You know, with Joda and Shastin and Quiznom. I haven't seen Quiznom in so long, so it's good to have him back and on the team. So, as much as I like the dream team of like Mary and Hollywood and Naxer, like that would probably be my dream team right there. I've already played a UHC with Mary and Holly, and I did the NID UHC with Naxer, and you know, I've known all of them longer, so you know, I have a sense of familiarity with them. And with Shastin and Joda, it's you know, a couple newer guys, and it's good to see like how their styles work, and commentary bouncing back and forth between each other. So it was pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. That's why I like UHCs. Not to mention the intensity. You know, I definitely felt it as the episodes went along. I felt the pressure and thought that we were running out of time, because it's not just like a vanilla UHC where you can gear up and, you know, go to the surface when you're ready. It's, you gotta get all your stuff done before everyone else does, because if they get everything they need together before you do, they could go to the end and kill the dragon before you're even ready to go. So it's actually got a lot of pressure there, and I definitely felt it. So trying to, you know, urge the group to get a move on after a little while. I was trying to press for the nether, and ultimately we decided to not do that, which I think was a good idea overall. I think the only gripe in terms of setting up the UHC was because pre-gen went well. I think everything went smoothly. Obviously the fortress was a little ways away, a long ways away apparently. So that was the only gripe there. But otherwise it went well. And yeah, so next season will be different. Vanilla. I would hope teams of 3, maybe? Season 10 was supposed to be teams of 2. This was teams of 4, so I guess teams of 3 would be good. I don't think we'll ever see a free-for-all. I think the pick your partners is the closest we'll get to free-for-all, where we start by ourselves. So I wouldn't expect that. So I think I'm just going to end it here. We got like about a minute left, 2 minutes left. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this UHC, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of me driving around. I definitely like this GoPro, yeah, so this is the GoPro 1, if anybody's curious. I'm still stalling for time. But yeah, the first drive was to Norma, Tennessee. It was just a drive, just for driving's sake. The second one was to Clingman's Dome, which was actually about a month later, a few weeks later. Yeah, that was a fun drive. It snowed up there a little bit, so good to see the first snow already. Nice drive, nice day trip. So yeah, I'll let you see the rest of this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.